I seen our boy Suplex was talking. Let's see. Now, this is a this is a 49-minute video. I am not watching all 49 minutes of it, but I am interested in seeing why this man decided he is done with AEW, or he's done watching AEW at least. I'm interested. I'm very interested. He has my attention because when I said that AEW content was bad, the shows that they were putting on were forgettable and that the Young Bucks were irrelevant, I was told I was tripping. I was told I was lying. So I don't know how long y'all been watching me, but me and this man, Suplex, did have a back and forth in September, 8 months ago. So let's see. Is he being genuine, or is he just following along trends? Because now in videos, apparently he is a WWE grifter, when I accused him of being a AEW grifter. So we'll see. We'll see.
I don't really feel like it's uncommon to hear from a lot of wrestling fans and wrestling creators that they either don't watch AEW as much as they used to, or they don't watch AEW anymore. Like, that's not a very uncommon sentiment these days. I am one of them. I would fall under the category of I don't watch AEW as much as I used to anymore. For those of you who may have been following me since 2019, when AEW first started, I watched every single show AEW produced from 2019 to like 2023. Did not miss a show. Didn't miss one. I was a hardcore. I was in it. I was locked in. This is a fresh new promotion. WWE at that time truly sucked. Was not a good did not tell good stories. The wrestling wasn't up to par. I still think AEW is the best promotion in terms of in-ring competition. But AEW was just better at everything at that point. At least in my opinion, I think the common consensus in the IWC was AEW was better at everything at that point. But in the last 2 years, I think we've seen quite a shift in the not so much the narrative, because I think the narrative really is just what everyone's thinking. But we've seen a lot of perception shift in what AEW truly is to a lot of wrestling fans. And if I'm being honest, AEW is clearly the number two promotion right now. And it seems like they've been struggling in the ratings for quite some time. And it does suck to see. It does suck to say that I don't watch this promotion as much as I used to. But I wanted to come on here because I saw this video from this wrestling creator who I believe is really a WWE 2K gaming creator. His name is Assemble Wrestling. I'm pretty sure he has a channel called Assemble.
Oh
And he
yeah,
just
we are at
created
the
this
bottom of the
wrestling based
barrel. I
channel.
just peeped
And I
that.
wanted to see what his opinion
This is
was.
a
His channel was
reaction
called
to a
Why I
reaction.
Almost Stopped Watching
So
AEW Forever. And that's a pretty bold statement to say AEW for like why you almost stopped forever. So I'm curious about why he almost stopped forever. I don't think I've gotten to a point where I said, "Oh, I'm never watching this promotion ever again." I'm just at a point where it's like I'm waiting for them to do something exciting so I could start watching again. Because I definitely hear a lot of
and maybe it says a lot about me, because I'm actually at the point where, like, again, like I said earlier in the stream, when I actually look forward to Dynamite. Like, I actually look forward to the Young Bucks being on my screen. When 8 months ago, it was like hell nah. Even a month ago, it was like hell nah. But maybe it's so bad it's good type territory, or I don't know. Maybe I just want to. I like train wrecks. Like I don't know. But as the people I'm telling this stuff is bad are leaving, I'm actually walking back in the party. Like, hold up, what y'all got going on here? This looks kind of cool.
you guys who say Why don't you watch AEW anymore? You're turning away a bunch of your fans by not watching a promotion. I am not the type of person to sit here and make content about a promotion I don't like. Like, if I am not into a promotion, what I won't do is come on here and rant and rave and yell and scream every single. Does it make for good viewership? Yes. But I'm not the type of person to do that. I'll make a rant about something that I like.
Is he talking shit?
And I want to see improve, but I'm not about to rant all day about something that I'm not enjoying. At that point, I'm just not going to watch it until it gets better. And that's the point I'm at with AEW right now. Those rants and raves you saw from me, that was last year. Last year, I was ranting and raving about AEW and CM Punk and all that stuff. At this point in time, it's like, yeah, until y'all start doing something for me, I'm not really watching a promotion.
Let me know, chat.
I'm watching it this Sunday for AEW Double or Nothing. I am watching that.
Is he talking about me?
But I'm not watching it week to week. Don't watch Dynamite Weekly. Don't watch Collision Weekly. Don't watch Does anyone watch Rampage? But the point being, I don't watch it. I'm not at the point where I'm going to say I'm done watching it forever, though. This guy almost stopped watching it forever. We're going to check out his video. I'm going to give my thoughts on it. So that
doesn't that like kind of hurt the company as well, though? Like, I would rather sit here and rant and rave and yell about something that I want to see get better than just completely leave it alone. Because when you ignore it, that's when it really dies. That's when it really dies. Like, you can make the argument that the Jim Cornettes, the Eric Bischoffs, the who else am I thinking? The Busted Open Radio, the Mark Henrys, the Bubba Ray Dale. Like, you can make the argument that they are keeping AEW alive by talking about them so much, because it got people like me wanting to check it out. Like, yo, it can't be that bad. And then you check it out, and you're like, yeah, it's that bad. So you can make the argument that the people who actually talk about it are keeping it alive, because in some aspect, all publicity is good publicity. So again, when you really stop talking about it is when it really dies. Y'all could let me know if I'm tripping, but I truly feel that way.
That being said, Assemble, why did you almost stop watching AEW? Tell the people. Tell me.
Hey everybody, welcome to Assemble. I'm Matt. Great to have you here. Today, we're talking about AEW. I have watched AEW since the beginning, since it first came out.
It's crazy to think AEW is only 5 years old, right? 5 years old. It's such a young promotion. It really is a young promotion, even though it feels like it's been around for a little bit longer than that now. It's only been 5 years.
And
they've accomplished a lot in 5 years, by the way.
I almost fell off from watching the product overall, kind of recently. Now, I want to talk about
Okay, so I do want to say where my decline started, because I think that's important. Because like he said, he started watching the beginning. I started watching from the beginning. I think my decline in the promotion truly started in early 2023. Because if you go to my channel, the very first, like, truly, I don't even want to say negative, but my truly, like, highly critical video of AEW was called I'm Skipping AEW Revolution, which was AEW 2023.
Am I tripping, or is that? Let me see. AEW Revolution 2023. AEW Revolution 2023. What is this night? What happened this night? He skipped Bryan Danielson versus. Damn. I know, like, we can't judge these we can't judge these pay-per-views like off the match cards, because if we did that, every fucking pay-per-view would be amazing. But damn, Bryan Danielson versus MJF, you skipped that? I don't know. This seems like an AEW fan's wet dream. A AEW 4-way tag title match, a Buried Alive match, Jack Perry versus Christian. I don't know. Am I tripping? The Trios Championship match with House of Black versus the Elite. That feels like a weird one to skip out on. I mean, again, like, do your thing, but I don't know. That feels like a weird one to miss out on. I wasn't paying attention too much around that time though.
So that to
say?
me
Who am I to
historically
judge?
was my first video, my first AEW show where I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking about skipping this show. I'm not interested. And ever since that date, it's been a slow decline downwards for AEW. It's just been a slow decline down in interest, whereas WWE has been a slow incline in interest. Because yeah, I'll be honest, I'll be straight up with you. Yes, my channel has shifted in its focus of wrestling promotions over the years. When I first started doing wrestling content in 2015, it was WWE. From 2015, I want to say 2018, the primary focus was New Japan. In 2019, the primary focus became AEW and New Japan. Then after like 2020, it was really just AEW up until 2000 and like August 2022 when the Bloodline really started picking up with Sami Zayn. That's when I started like, all right, let me start watching WWE again. But my focus was still AEW, but let me start watching WWE little by little. Like catch a SmackDown here, catch a SmackDown there. And then 2023, that's when I'm like, all right, let me actually start watching WWE just a little bit more. Maybe a Raw here, maybe a SmackDown there. But AEW is like not watching that as much. So in 2023, there was a point where I really wasn't watching much wrestling at all. I wasn't watching AEW Dynamite Weekly really after, I would say, the summer. I wasn't watching Raw Weekly. I wasn't watching SmackDown Weekly. So I wasn't watching wrestling on a weekly basis for like really the last half of 2023. I really, if I'm being honest, I really wasn't. And then I want to say this year was when my primary focus became WWE again. It was really this year. Really and truly, it was this year. And now AEW is kind of just secondary. I catch it when I catch it. But enough about me. Let's listen to this guy a little bit more. Just wanted to lay out the land of where my interest has been over the last few years of doing wrestling content, because I started doing wrestling content in 2015, almost 10 years strong. Let's go.
AEW in general with all of you, because I am a fan of it. I'm a fan of just having pro wrestling available to watch, to be able to have
AEW being a thing is not horrible at all. You will never hear me sit here and say, oh, I want the company to die. I want them to go under. Fuck it. I'm never going to say that.
Yeah, those people who say they want AEW to die is just weird. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, why would you want a company to die? Like, why would you want a lot of people to lose jobs? Why would you want there to be less content? I'm of the mindset of we need AEW to be better. We need AEW. If AEW fails, it's going to be a long time, if ever, we'll have competition in wrestling. So we need AEW. We do. Not only do we need it, not only do we need AEW, like, not only do I want AEW, we need AEW. We absolutely do. Now, I would love to hear an argument on why we don't, but we don't. We do. We absolutely do. So yes, I that's the reason I ran about it so much. That's the reason, I talk about it so much, because we need it to do better. And I won't lie to you, like, that's what does good on my channel, but at the same time, that's what I feel like is needed. Like, why would I come on here and just talk about things we already know? Like, we know Cody Rhodes is a star. We know the bloodline is great. We know this. We know that. We know WWE is doing great. And that's great. But let me talk about this promotion I want to see do better. Let me talk about this that I need to see do better. So, because we do need the competition. We absolutely do. We absolutely do.
I will never say that. If my interest drops to the point where I never want to watch AEW again, I will never say I want them to die. I think that's ridiculous, because AEW is so integral to the landscape of professional wrestling. There is a second place for wrestlers to go when they're not happy with how they're being treated in WWE. A lot of these wrestlers were from WWE that are now employed, making great money, getting booked way better, having a better spot on television. It is a great thing to have AEW right now. Is it in a great spot? Maybe not the best spot it could be in. Maybe it was in a better spot 3 years ago. But to say you want AEW to die, I think is so counterproductive to everything that wrestling has going for it right now. So I will never say that. I will never say that.
Have alternative options. Growing up, my whole life watching WWF, WWE, then being able to watch TNA and Impact.
Hell yeah, man. Let me tell you, man, because growing up, I only thought there was one option, WWE. When you're a kid, you don't know about the indies. You don't know about all this other stuff. You don't know about the WC unless you're introduced to it. You don't know about these other promotions. You only know about WWE. I mean, my story with TNA is that it was one random day over the summer, like 2009, I think. Summer 2009. One random day over the summer, I was at my dad's house and I was just I was browsing through my television. And at the time, Xfinity was Comcast. Comcast had on demand. How many young kids out there remember Comcast on demand, right? Comcast had a button called on demand. You would go on there and that was basically like it was basically the equivalent to what streaming is now, like your Netflix, your Hulu's, your HBO Maxes.
We got a $5 super chat.